Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie. I'm a new reader on YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about the current energies revolving around twin flame and soulmate relationships. So, to start off with, we're just now getting out of Mercury retrograde. We are in the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde, so it's not completely over. There's still a few things here and there coming up, but I think that's ending in about a week from now. Mercury retrograde is it's a planet. Well, Mercury is a planet of communication. So when Mercury is retrograde, communication goes haywire. There's a lot of arguments, problems with technology acting up. There's car accidents occasionally. There's just it's a lot of chaos. Mercury retrograde is always pretty heavy. I mean, it's definitely a good learning process. It does force us to go inward, to be introspective, and to heal unresolved issues. A lot of exes show up during Mercury retrograde. A lot of things from the past come back, and they come up to be reviewed and either renewed or healed and released. And this Mercury retrograde in particular was pretty heavy. A lot of people were having financial problems, arguments, miscommunication, just general confusion and chaos all around, especially with this one. And I have noticed a lot of people breaking up with their partners recently or having their partners break up with them. And I'm not saying that that's always, right, but I have noticed that there are a lot of twin flames coming into union right now, especially the past month or so. The energy right now is currently supporting manifestation, twin flame reunion, twin flame communication if you guys have been out of contact for a long time. So for people who have just recently gone through a breakup, know that there is a good chance that that person might have been a soulmate and that was preparing you for your real twin flame to come in. Because I've noticed that a lot of people are breaking up and also being left from partners that were toxic for them, relationships that were stagnant, relationships that were just going nowhere, relationships that were just, it was the same mentally or even physically abusive cycle just going on again and again. So I've noticed that there are a lot of breakups recently, but most of these breakups seem to be a positive thing. It seems to be that people are releasing their past. They're releasing that stagnant, old, toxic energy and working on themselves and opening themselves up to much deeper, much stronger, much more real love than what they experienced in the past. So I just want to put that out there. I'm sure there are probably a few people watching this right now that have just gone through a breakup. And I just want to remind you that, that might have happened to make room for your true soulmate life partner or your twin flame to come in. So take some comfort in knowing that. I also want to add to that I feel like a lot of the feminine counterparts in twin flame relationships tend to go through the emotional upheavals and the psychic awakening process and all of that prior to the male counterpart or the masculine energy in the relationship. Meaning, even though you might both experience soul recognition at the same time, you might still, there's a good chance that you're still going to go through that awakening process differently. You're going to handle it differently. I've noticed that the feminine counterpart tends to accept it more openly, and she tends to be more aware, and she tends to just embrace and comprehend the connection before the masculine counterpart does. In most cases, not all cases, but in a lot of cases, that's what I've seen. I also, and again, it's not with everybody, but from what I've seen, those in masculine energy also kind of go back and forth with the awakening process more than the feminine counterpart does. Meaning, meaning whereas the feminine twin flame person in feminine energy will will still go through the same healing process that the person in masculine energy is going through. I feel like they just handle it in much different ways. Whereas the feminine might have all these psychic gifts, all these abilities, these past life memories just coming in at once that she didn't even know she had. And of course, it's messy because there's so much that comes to the surface to be cleared out. There's past life issues too, past life trauma that you remember that comes to the surface to be cleared out. However, I feel like the feminine energy typically embraces this part of the journey more than the masculine energy does. You know, there's the initial healing phase that twin flames go through right after meeting because it triggers these past life memories. It triggers this, this soul recognition. But I feel like the masculine energy tends to fight the healing process a little bit more than the feminine energy does, meaning he's going to feel the same deep emotions. He's going to feel that he's going to have the same past life memories come up, but they typically take a little bit longer than we do to get there. They take a little bit longer than we do to accept and embrace the connection and to see it for what it really is. The past few weeks, though, I do feel like those in masculine energy are maturing and growing at a rapid rate. I do feel like there's just this, I don't even know what you'd call it, just this wave of twin flames coming into union right now. We go through these waves, and twin flames, twin flames reunite at their own time. It's not always going to be with one of these waves, but I have noticed over the past year that there are these, I guess these portals you would call them, where there's just this massive amount of twin flames reuniting all at once and helping other twin flames reunite as well. And I definitely do feel that happening right now. The message that I've been channeling for the collective lately is that Mercury retrograde, this is for my twin flame, and it's also what I've channeled from just talking to other twin flames, is that Mercury retrograde, this one in particular that we just had in April or March, was particularly heavy. And it sent a lot of the masculine energies on their path. I feel like a lot of masculine energies are just, they're finally catching up right now. They're finally going through their awakening process. They're finally accepting that this is real. They're embracing it. They're waking up. I've noticed that a lot the past few weeks. Telepathic communication between twin flames and also soulmates is very, very strong right now. I feel like some twin flames are, the masculine counterpart is going through the dark night of the soul. It's not that intense for everyone, but I have seen a lot of that energy around lately. Like I was saying, Mercury retrograde brought up a lot of heavy trauma, a lot of past issues, and there were a lot of abrupt life changes. People moving to new locations, people losing their jobs, switching to new jobs, leaving old toxic relationships. And that happened a lot for the masculine twins with this Mercury retrograde. They went through their tower moment where basically everything just collapsed, where they had that awakening, but it was a lot darker and a lot messier than what a lot of the feminine twin flames went through. This one was really heavy. This is masculine twins moving out, losing their jobs and switching new jobs, going through custody battles even. Substance abuse is also really heavy right now for the masculine twins. I noticed a lot of drinking lately when it comes to the masculine. Pills are probably on occasion, but I think drinking is the heaviest right now. So they are being pushed to go inward. They are being pushed heavily to finally do the healing work that they need to do. They are being pushed to acknowledge what they really feel, to be honest with themselves about what they really feel, whether it's good or bad. They're being called to just to be genuine, to be real, to be honest, to live from their heart, you know? I've noticed I work with gods and goddesses, and whether you work with angels, gods and goddesses, spirit animals, different deities, it's all just it's all energy, it's all just high vibrational energy, but not to ramble on about that, but my point is that a lot of those higher energies, like I know my gods and goddesses right now are really pushing my twin flame. I feel like the higher ups just kind of got tired of this stagnant energy. They got tired of us just going around and around in circles, and they're really pushing the divine masculines right now. They're going hard on them right now is what I'm feeling. That there's psychic communication between them. They're going all out. And even though it's harsh, I know that some of the things that the divine masculines collectively are going through right now, some of these just major life changes, the tower moment that a lot of them just had during Mercury retrograde, it was necessary to get them to that point, to get them to really be honest about what they feel, to get them to go inward, to get them to start healing. Like some masculine twins just they had to be pushed to that point. They had to have a major life change come up to get them out of that stagnant, repetitive energy and get them to start looking at things from a new perspective in a more honest light. So overall, the changes that are occurring right now are a really good thing. The tower moments that they just had were necessary to push them out of that stagnant energy. And with all these drastic life changes and these huge energetic shifts, these huge portals that have been open the last few weeks, um, I've also noticed that the masculine energy, those in masculine energy, that are going through these energy shifts are they're switching from anger to a place of compassion, a place of understanding. They're more open-minded lately. That energy, they're more open. They're trying to be softer. They're trying to be vulnerable even if they don't know how to be. They are finally taking the steps to be more open-minded, to get to the bottom of things, to find the truth. They are taking the steps to be more vulnerable, to live from a more, genuine, honest place of understanding. They might occasionally lash out because they are in very heavy energy. A lot of, like I said, a lot of masculine twins are drinking right now. They are partying right now. They are going through their tower moments. They are going through this huge life change. They're going through this huge shift and they're just trying to navigate it. So some twins are still lashing out as they figure out everything, but ultimately I feel like this is a really good thing. They were just pushed by the higher powers to get out of this stagnant energy. And so they're, again, they're going through their tower moment. So it is messy for a while as they sort through everything and figure out who they really are and what they genuinely want. So be patient with them right now. A lot of masculine twins are also realizing that they screwed up and they are wanting to come in and they are wanting to make that effort. They are finally wanting to communicate in the physical world and not just in the astral realm and telepathically. They are finally wanting to make some sort of romantic gesture, be it, a message, a letter, just something in the physical realm. They're finally wanting to reach that point, to reach out. I have noticed again with this heavy energy though, a lot of masculine twins are feeling insecure, they are feeling lost. And you can telepathically send them messages. You can also put the intention to send them messages in their dreams. I actually have a dream spell I'm working on that you can go look on my channel, it should be up. But the most important thing right now, I think, is just realize that they are going through their tower moment. The energy is heavy. So keep that in mind when they do come in, when they do talk, because a lot of them do still have a lot of pride and fear that it's coming up. They're releasing it finally, but it's still there. They're still working on it. So what you can do is just, again, telepathically communicate with them, send them love, send them healing energy. I do spell work, which I know, you can do spells, rituals, you can meditate, you can do whatever resonates with you. Sometimes with my twin flame, I'll do healing spells for him, or I'll do truth spells, or I might do, spells to help him, like financially, career-wise. But I do a lot of healing and protection work on him, not as much as I used to, but I still do those spells. And you can just, when you do this spell, you can just say, you can say, this energy is for your higher self to use, for your spirit to use, if you choose to. If you want this healing energy, it's here for you to use as you want it. And that allows you to do this spell from a place of love, and also not detached, but in a way. I mean, it helps you move on with your day instead of worrying about how it affected them, or if it did this or did that. You know that their higher self, their spirit, received that energy and is able to use it as they want. And that's comforting to know that. They definitely do need a lot of love and support right now, and they need a lot of courage. A lot of them are lacking courage right now to come in and step forward. There's a lot of guilt. So helping with them with that, helping them have courage, helping them have strength, just sending them that healing, loving, unconditional love energy. It really does help them. They do feel it. It does make a difference. I think that communication is delayed for a lot of twin flames right now, just because the masculine is still in that heavy energy and he's trying to figure out how to word things. He wants to say sorry, but again, his pride still gets in the way, and he's not sure whether the feminine would take him back or not. He's not sure if she would still want him after everything. And he's trying to figure out how to come in. He's trying to figure out the best timing, the best approach, how he's going to word things. So the masculines are very introspective right now. They are in telepathic communication with us for sure. They are showing up in our dreams. And again, that energy is just very heavy, and they're just trying to navigate through it. They're just trying to figure out how to come in. So doing whatever you do, whether it's a ritual, whether it's a spell, whether it's meditation, whatever connects you to your twin flame. It could be a pendant that you gave them or they gave you. It could be something symbolic. I'm feeling for some people that are watching this right now, I feel like there's something symbolic coming to mind, whether it might be like a pendant or some kind of stone or crystal that connects you. There's some sort of small object. So use, whoever you are, use that. And just telepathically send them support, send them healing, send them love. Let them know that you're open, that you do want this connection still, that you do want to talk, you do want to see where things could go, you do want to move past this together. Telepathically send that message, and you will notice a difference. Keep in mind that things happen in the astral realm prior to happening in the physical realm. So you might first just feel that energetic shift in their energy. You might feel like things are a little lighter. But that should eventually manifest in the physical realm. A lot of us are also transmuting for our twin flames right now. So keep that in mind if you feel depressed or confused or sad out of nowhere, or you feel like drinking out of nowhere when you usually don't drink or anything of that sort. Know that you could just be picking up on their energy. Telepathic communication, especially between soulmates and twin flames and soul families as well, is just really heightened right now. I've been seeing my twin flame come up in my dreams a lot the past few weeks, and I feel like a lot of other feminine twins have been going through that same thing. So we are telepathically communicating with them, and we are transmuting for them right now. We are picking up on their energy because they are in very heavy energy. And I think on a spirit level, they're reaching out to us for support and to help them heal, to move, in the astral realm. We're working through this together right now. But know that things are finally shifting. A lot of us have waited a really long time. Things are shifting. It's taken a while, but that's, again, they had their tower moment, so they're past that stagnant energy. They're being forced to grow, to change. They're being pushed out of whatever was stagnant, whatever was toxic, old negative toxic relationships. They're being pushed to step up, to have courage, have confidence, to move forward finally, to get to the truth finally, to just make some sort of effort finally in the physical world. So keep that in mind. I do know also that for a lot of feminine twin flames, and again, you can be gay or lesbian or transgender or whatever else, and it's just the person in masculine energy and feminine energy. If it's two men, there's still someone in masculine and someone in feminine energy. Same for if there's two women, and there's still someone in masculine and someone in feminine energy. So just keep that in mind. It's this reading is open to everybody. This reading applies to the collective, to everyone. Anyway, so I've noticed also that a lot of feminine twin flames are also meeting new soulmates. There are a lot of new soulmates that are coming in. I think for some people that have been, waiting for their twin flame for years, or, it's just such a heartbreaking situation that they can't do it anymore. I think that your guides will be bringing you a soulmate this year, and this person could be a potential life partner. So I've noticed that for a lot of people, that they are meeting their life partners more than ever this past year, especially 2019. I feel like 2018 was a period where people had their awakening process. People went through all these heavy energy shifts. They went through there's just a lot happened in 2018, but I feel like it was setting the way for 2019, for manifestation to happen this year. We prepared in 2018, and then we're going to see the results of all the inner work that we've done, all the healing we've done, all the whatever we've planted seeds of for in 2018. We're going to see manifestation of that now in 2019. So if your twin flame isn't coming in, know that chances are you do have a life partner that is coming in the near future. All right, let's begin with the reading. Let me just light this really quick. So I want you to look at these cards. This is set 1, set 2, and set 3 right here. So try to get into intuitive space. Take a few deep breaths. Ground. Relax. Try to just center yourself. Just tune into your twin flames energy or your soulmate's energy. This can apply to soulmates too. It's whatever connection you have right now, whoever comes to mind. So just ground, center, relax. Try to get into that space and choose between deck 1, 2, or 3. Just take a minute. Feel each deck out. You can use a pendulum to choose. Also, this is a pretty easy intuition test. You take your fingers and you ask a question. If it's no, you'll get that. If it's yes, you'll get lock. You can also use your body as a pendulum. You can you stand up and you center, you ground, and you ask a question. If your body moves backwards, it's a no. If your body moves forward, it's a yes. You have to completely relax your body though, and you have to just let it move wherever it wants to move. And you can get your answer that way. You know, keep in mind, like, I don't use pendulum because it goes all over the place when I use it, so pendulums might not be your thing. There's so many ways to get yes or no answers without using a pendulum. So anyway, intuitively look at these cards and just choose which one you want. I'm gonna leave this up for just a minute while you make your decision. All right. If you haven't chosen this deck yet, then go ahead and pause this while you choose. I'm going to start with deck 1. These are cards that I made too. I channeled my own twin flame when I made them. Let me just put deck 2 and 3 down here while I do this. And, oop, can you see that? End the soul contracts that keep us imprisoned and apart. Let's see if I can, I don't know why it's not showing up. Not sure what that's about. Okay. But here we have end the soul contracts that keep us imprisoned and apart. Okay, now it's working. So this card, basically what this means is if there's an ex that you're holding on to, or if there's any stagnant, negative, unwanted energy, you know, there's a balance between positive and negative. Of course, you need the dark and the light. You need to balance the two. But if there's a soul contract that's just not serving you, something that might be separating you from your twin flame, only you would know what that is. It could be a soul contract of waiting. It could be a soul contract of, you know, toxic relationships. It could be a soul contract of heartbreak. It's basically your spirit or your subconscious in a way could be negatively punishing you for something. It could be repeating a pattern that just doesn't need to be repeated. I'll give you one example of this really quick with my own twin flame. So in our Norse lives, we did some pretty violent things. And in the lives that followed, we often died young and violently. We often, you know, I went through a lot in my past lives. I went through a lot of trauma. And about a year ago, after I had my awakening process, I discovered that I was still punishing myself and I still had this past life guilt for what I had done in my Norse life. So I didn't really expect to grow old. I didn't really think that I would deserve happiness or deserve true love or deserve, on some level, I didn't think that I would deserve or that I would be able to have any of those things because of all the trauma that I faced in my past lives, because of all the, you know, the pain and suffering. I kept repeating that cycle. And I kept, you know, on some soul level, basically punishing myself for the things that I had done in my Norse life. And in this lifetime, I said, you know, like, I've gone through enough. I've suffered enough for what I did thousands of years ago. This needs to end now. It's my turn to be happy. And sometimes you do have to say that with your guides. Sometimes you do really have to look at your soul contracts honestly and figure out if they're serving you or not, because soul contracts don't always serve you. You could have made soul contracts with with a being that you didn't really want to make a soul contract with before incarnating. You could have made a soul contract and maybe your life circumstances just changed after incarnating. You know, things change. So this is saying end those soul contracts. I mean, that's what I did with mine. I realized that I was still punishing for myself for something that happened thousands of years ago, and I realized that I deserve to be happy now, in this present moment, in this present life. And I ended those soul contracts. I ended the contracts of waiting, of self-sabotage, of loneliness, being alone, being in pain, being rejected. I put an end to that. So that's what that's telling you right there, that if there's anything, any soul contract, or this could also just be, this could be an ex, this could be any toxic or stagnant energy that you've been holding on to that you need to let go of for a reunion to happen. Okay, so the next card we have is clear out your chakras. Sorry, that's not showing up. Hopefully I'll get my camera, try to fix this so that the next reading I do, it shows up a bit more clearly. So clear out your chakras to allow love to manifest in the physical realm. So this card indicates that there could be, again, this kind of goes hand in hand with the card about ending soul contracts that are no longer serving you. Clearing out your chakras, you should be doing regular uncrossing work, healing work, meditation, saging your home and yourself too. And I'm also just clearing your chakras out to allow love to manifest. So this is just letting go of old stagnant energy, letting go of the things that are no longer serving you, and doing the deep healing work, doing the uncrossing work. And as a result of that, love is now manifesting for you in the physical realm. Keep up with your affirmations, rituals, energy, and your intentions. So I'm going to read that one more time because I know, sorry, these are so hard to read. I'll have to work on that. I'll have to figure out what's going on with this camera. But so love is now manifesting for you in the physical realm. Keep up with your affirmations, whether you're doing mirror affirmations or you're just, whatever it is, your rituals, energy, and your intentions. It's letting you know that your guides see this healing work that you've done. They see the uncrossing work that you've done. They've seen you take initiative. They've seen you take your power back. They've seen you take control of your life and take responsibility of your own healing. And as a result of this work that you're doing, that you're continuing to do, love is now finally manifesting for you in the physical realm. Whether this is your twin flame coming back or it's a new soulmate coming in, love is finally here for you. So keep doing what you're doing too. If you do rituals, spell work, meditations, again, affirmations, binaural beats, anything like that, and you ever have any doubts about it, this is telling you, like, it is working. This is just, it's giving you some encouragement that what you're doing is working, so keep it up. You have been showing up in my dreams lately. And these are messages from the Divine Masculines and also from your guides. So, you've been showing up in my dreams lately. This is a sign that you are in telepathic communication. If they're showing up in your dreams, you're showing up, in their dreams. It's letting you know you're not crazy. It is really happening. You guys really are telepathically communicating. You really are that deeply connected. This bond is real. Meditate, visualize, listen to your soul. So again, keep up with what you're doing. Keep up with the healing work. You guys are telepathically communicating. And like I said, things manifest in the astral realm before they manifest in the physical realm. So this is sort of like the seeds you planted. They're now finally starting to sprout. It's like a couple days away, and it's coming up. You just haven't fully seen it yet, but you are experiencing the telepathy. You are communicating in your dreams as well. You are in the astral realm together all the time. So it's letting you know you are on the right path with what you're doing. It really is having an effect, even if you don't realize it. So just meditate, visualize them coming back to you, and listen to your soul, listen to your intuition, listen to your heart, and just surrender to that energy. The last card we have is I have been trying to reach you telepathically. Go into meditation and find me. So this person is actually possibly conscious of this and consciously trying to reach you telepathically. So it's a pretty good reading. It's just letting you know, keep up with what you're doing, keep meditating, keep up with your affirmations, with your rituals. Your twin flame is finally coming in the physical world. You just haven't seen it quite yet, but they are coming in, and if not them, then a soulmate. All right, let me get a few cards here too. Okay. For feminine twins, or those in feminine energy, that chose the first deck of cards, I call on your divine masculine counterparts. What do you want your feminine twin flame to know regarding your union, about where you're at in your life right now, about how close you are to making some sort of effort in the physical realm? What do you want your divine feminine twin flame to know right now? What do you want her to know about this connection? What is it you want to tell her, divine? Got the High Priestess. Got the Queen of Swords. And the Two of Cups. So the minute I saw this High Priestess card, I felt the energy of someone who was watching this reading and feeling a little bit insecure about their connection with their masculine twin. And the minute I saw this card, I felt one of the masculine twins basically say, like, I know that you're the High Priestess. I know that you are this intuitive, powerful, amazing woman that can manifest the life you want. So if someone said something hurtful to you in the past, if your twin said, or your soulmate said something hurtful to you in the past, or, even recently, I think it's in a way an apology. It's not quite an apology, but they're letting you know that they do see you as their other half. They do think you're an amazing person. Whatever it was they said, they didn't mean that. They didn't mean to come off so harshly. I feel like that's a specific message for someone. And I also feel like the High Priestess, it's a very feminine card. This card is about wisdom, intuition, knowledge, understanding, just divine feminine energy and awareness. Those that have gone through their awakening process. And it's just confirming what the other card said, is that you are in telepathic communication. This is manifesting for you in the physical realm finally. You are showing up in each other's dreams. Like, all of this is real. And I don't know if the initials B and J, if those mean anything to somebody. I like to intuitively read the cards as well. Just she's got a book in her hand right here. So she's sharing her knowledge with others. She's she's sharing her gifts. She's sharing what she knows with the world. She's finally, she's stepped into or is stepping into her true power, her true self. And she's not afraid. She's open, she's vulnerable, she's strong. She has a very strong masculine side and a very strong feminine side. She's the entire package. And I think that your twin wants you to know that he sees you as the high priestess. He sees you as this, his other half. Sorry about that. Okay, with this Queen of Swords, what I'm feeling is also another message for someone specific, or maybe for a group of people collectively that are watching this right now. Maybe not just one specific person, but a few different people that are watching this. I feel like someone might have gotten into some sort of argument recently where your soulmate or your twin, like I was saying with the High Priestess card, they might have said something that they didn't mean. They might have been harsh with you. And what I feel they want you to know is that they're dealing with their own insecurities. They're dealing with their own fears. And they didn't mean what they said. And they're basically saying, it's not you, it's me, it's my own fears, it's my own inability to be honest and genuine and give you what you need right now. But I'm trying to be the King of Swords for you. I am trying to be the kind of man that you're looking for. I'm trying to be the kind of man that you need. I'm just, I'm not used to you. You're unfamiliar to me. This energy, this connection is deep, it's real, and it's very unfamiliar and even kind of scary for me because I haven't had this before. I feel like I'm probably channeling a specific twin, or again, maybe a group of twins. But they're saying, they see you as the High Priestess. They see you as the Queen of Swords. They see you as this strong, capable, honest, independent woman. And they love that about you. But at the same time, it intimidates them because they have all these insecurities, and these insecurities are coming to the surface. And they're realizing that this type of relationship, this type of, bond that they have with you is going to force them to evolve. It's going to force them to grow, and they're not going to be able to go back to their old way of life with you. They're going to have to step up and be the kind of man that you need. They're going to have to really do the healing work. They're going to have to make an effort for you. They're going to have to match you. And what I'm getting is that these masculines, for the people that chose card 1, is that they don't fully feel like they do match you right now. They don't really fully, they see you as their other half. They see you as this High Priestess, Queen of Swords, but they're struggling to see themselves that way. They're struggling to see themselves as your equal. And so they just want you to know that if they've ever said anything hurtful, especially recently, that they didn't mean it. It was just their own insecurities, and they are working on it. They are working, getting past, whether it's mental illness, addiction, fears, past life traumas. They do want to be a better person for you. They do want to bring this connection to the physical realm. They do want to reconcile. They do want to talk to you. They're letting you know that they're dealing with these insecurities, and they're not sure how to be the King of Swords for you. But they, again, they are trying. They want you to know, again, that it's not you, it's them. It's their own fears, their own insecurities. So please don't be insecure yourself, because again, it's not your fault. They've never had this kind of connection. They've never had, a woman like you. They've had women that were downgrades in the past, like you're a huge upgrade for them. You are, in their eyes, you are just way out of their league, and in their eyes, you're a queen. You're the High Priestess. You're everything. You have it all together, and it makes them feel less than. and they're just trying to figure out how they're going to step up, how they're gonna, match your energy, how they're going to be good enough for you. So your twins right now they are in a state of confusion. They are kind of going back and forth, but this is confirmation that they do want you. They do have feelings for you. I'm also getting one twin in particular that he's kind of rough shaven. And I see him crying, so I don't know who that's for. Trying to, yeah, I can't get too much of a visual, but I'm not sure on that, but that might resonate with someone. Then we have the Two of Cups. So I don't know if a cross is significant to anybody, but there it is. We have two women that are looking in opposite directions. One's looking forward and one's looking to the past. So I take this as saying that your masculine right now they're trying to love themselves. They're learning how to love themselves. They're learning how to love you as well. And they're trying to find that balance. They're trying to let go of the past. They're trying to balance the dark and the light. They're trying to be more honest, more genuine. They're trying to come into this state where they feel like they can be your equal. So they want you to know they're working on it. I feel like this is probably for people that have been in telepathic communication for a while and you've gotten frustrated of it just being telepathic communication and seeing little results in the physical world. Or for those of you that are, you're arguing right now and you might be having some difficulties, but you're still telepathically sending each other love. Even if you're arguing, even if your spirits still have that bond, your spirits still love each other, you're still telepathically communicating, even if you're in separation or even if you're living together and you're arguing right now. It's confirmation that that love is still there. And I do see this as a really good card because it's the Two of Cups. So this is all about union, love, peaceful relationships, soulmate and twin flame connections, and it's also about finding the balance. So I think that there's a couple meanings to this. I think the first one is they're looking for that balance in their lives. They're trying to, if they have anger issues or anything like that, they are working on it. They are trying to heal from something right now. They are trying to be a better person, and they thank you for your support, for your patience, for your love, for everything that you've done for them. And they just want to remind you that they do love you. Okay. So let's move on to the next deck. It's for those who chose set number 2. Sorry you can't see that. I'm gonna have to fix my camera here. But let's see. Nope, guess not. Okay. I let my fear and my pride get the best of me and drive us apart. What I'm feeling from this card, particularly for the people that chose set number 2, I feel like this has something to do with past relationships. I feel like this person was probably hurt a lot in the past, and they have that leftover fear and pride that they haven't really dealt with. They might have a big ego. They might have gotten used to. I mean, they might have a very good heart deep down, but I feel like some of them might have gotten used to just to putting themselves first to survive, basically. And it's sort of an apology also. Same with the last reading, they're saying they let their fear and their pride get the best of them and drive them apart. Whether this was someone that you were talking to and they just, straight out rejected you, or you were dating and you guys were having problems and they weren't being genuine and honest with you. They weren't willing to be vulnerable with you. They were just, this person is just seems to be emotionally unavailable. You could also be dealing with a fire sign, very stubborn, very hard-headed. Like I'm an Aries. My twin flame is an Aries, and this is kind of a fire sign card to me. So I let my fear and my pride get the best of me and drive us apart. You know, your masculine is saying, I wasn't thinking with my heart. I wasn't coming from a genuine place. I wasn't letting myself be vulnerable and open and honest with you. I wasn't letting myself be emotional. I was being just overly logical, just overthinking everything. And I have all these, these issues relating to past relationships, and I overthought it. I got lost in my head, and I let my fear and I let my pride get the best of me, and I let that drive us apart. This person might also be somewhat materialistic. They might have an image to uphold, and they put that image before you. They don't want to be seen as vulnerable. They don't want to be seen as weak. They've probably been in some pretty bad relationships in the past, and they don't want to be seen that way again. They don't want to be in that situation again. And they're apologizing in a way. They realize they're starting to take responsibility for their actions and their behavior finally. They're starting to say, that was my fear, that was my pride, that wasn't you, that wasn't your fault. I wasn't thinking clearly. I wasn't being true to who I am. I wasn't being true to what I really want. I had these defenses up, and I'm trying to figure that out now. My conscious mind is, oops, sorry. Oh, that's not working yet. My conscious mind is in denial of what my soul knows to be true. So my conscious mind is in denial of what my soul knows to be true. That goes, hand in hand with what I was just saying. That on a soul level, they love you. This reminds me of my twin flame too, because I went through this with my twin where, on a soul level, he recognizes me. He knows who I am. He remembers our past lives, but on a conscious level, he denies it. He pushes it back. He's been uncertain of it, and he hasn't trusted it. He hasn't trusted this connection. So this is a divine masculine that is really afraid. This is a divine masculine that is, they are holding on to pride. They are holding out on saying something. They are holding out on giving you some sort of apology or some sort of explanation. They're holding on to that pride, and they're not sure. They want to evolve past um what they've been through in their lives. They want to be better. They're not really sure how. And my conscious mind is in denial of what my soul knows to be true. So this is someone who has or who is basically going back and forth. And if you are talking to this person and you're getting mixed messages from this person, this is why. If one day they love you and then the next day it's you don't hear from them for a few days, and you don't know how they feel. You're left in the dark. You're confused. You are dealing with someone who might be somewhat emotionally unavailable, and I think that they are working on it. It's just they're taking a little bit longer than most might. But I do get the image of someone too who thinks about you a lot, someone who misses you, someone who dreams about you, someone who really really genuinely loves you, someone who I get an image of a man like laying on a couch or laying on a bed, and you're on their mind. But they're not going to pick up, they're not going to text you, they're not going to say that. You are on their mind. but they won't necessarily allow themselves that vulnerability yet. They're still struggling with being vulnerable with someone because they've been hurt so much. And they're just not sure how they can get past that right now, but they do want to. So this is just someone who's going back and forth between, logic, overthinking, overanalyzing, worrying, doubt, fear, pride, the things associated with the conscious mind. And, kind of going against their soul, going against their heart, going against, their true desires, their true intentions, going against that, that deep desire that they have to be vulnerable. So they are going back and forth. They are lying to themselves and pretending like they don't have feelings for you when they do. Or, they might be talking to other people about you and being honest about their feelings with, like, I see like maybe a couple select people that they really trust, that they might be opening up to and telling them that, they love you and then they miss you, or that they want to move things forward with you. But they're not letting you see that. They're still really struggling to be vulnerable with you. So for those of you who chose set number 2, I will say that this is also a bit of a warning. It's saying, that this person might love you, and that is confirmation that they do love you, but they're still very confused. They're still not used to this kind of connection. They're still scared. Um, they're still holding on to something from the past. They're not letting themselves grow. They're not letting themselves move forward completely. They're still fighting themselves. There's still this war going on inside them between their heart and their mind. And as I said in earlier in the video, I think I think the majority of the divine masculines who haven't yet gone through their tower moment, I think that they have in March. I think that just happened. So this is someone who is going through their tower moment, but they're being more stubborn about it than other masculine twins might be. So they're still no, don't lose faith. Like, they are still going through this tower moment. They're being, like I said, this could be a fire sign because I get a very stubborn, very hard-headed energy. Someone who just really does not want to let their true selves be shown. They do have a lot of insecurity. They do have a lot of fears and a lot of issues with vulnerability. This person might have issues from childhood too, stemming from their relationships with their mothers. Maybe just a not such a happy upbringing in childhood. So they are really fighting themselves. And this is, what you guys have is a soul connection. It's a very deep, very real, very pure connection. It's love like they just haven't known before. So they're not used to it. They're scared, they're fighting it. But again, like I said, they are going to go through their tower moment. Like all twins, I feel like most of my masculine twins, they have to go through their towers now. Like, that's just where we're at collectively. The divine feminines they don't have a lot of patience left. I don't have a lot of patience left. Like, I love my twin flame, and I hope he comes in now. I really do. And I have room in my life for him. I really do. I want him to message me. I want him to talk to me. I want to work through this with him. But I'm getting him to the end of April. Like, if I haven't heard from him in the physical world by the end of April, like, I need to try to move on, I mean, I had moved on, and he telepathically pulled me back in recently. So he is on my mind a lot again, and I am, open and willing to give this another try. But he has to come in soon. He's got to make the effort. He needs to man up, and he needs to talk to me, even if it's just a hi, how are you doing? He needs to say something to me, And so this is kind of similar energy. What I pick up here is just, well, actually, I feel like my own twin has evolved past this a little bit, so I can't say that this really applies to him completely. But this is where we were, maybe a few months ago. So this is just a twin that's, again, could be a fire sign, someone who's just very stubborn. But they are going through their tower moment. They took longer to get there than other twins did. And they're being stubborn and holding on. So You know, the more they hold on, whoever this is for, whoever this man is, the more he holds on, the more he's going to get pushed. I get this visual of a man who's basically holding on to, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's like he's holding on to like a door and he has this like water just pouring out and he just keeps holding on onto it and he won't just go with the flow. He won't just let go. He won't relax. He won't let up. He won't just allow himself to flow and to be vulnerable and to be open and to see where his life might take him. He's holding on to old energy. He's holding on to old patterns, old relationships, old jobs, things that are stagnant and that are no longer serving him, but he's really fighting this change. But again, he's going to be pushed. Like he's, you know, that flood is there. He's being pushed right now. He's just being stubborn about it. Whoever that's for. I just bring up my own twin flame, even though that energy was a few months ago and it's not current. The reason I bring it up is just to say, you know, that at a certain point, you do have to take your life off hold. You do have to start going out and living again. You do have to start going out with your friends, being social, being active, maybe doing something in the community that you love, maybe pursuing your hobbies. But you do have to switch from having your life on hold to being in a space. There's a difference between waiting for someone and having your life on hold and having room for them in your life and holding space for them. Meaning I'm holding space for my twin flame, but I'm still living my life in the meantime. I'm still going, I'm still trying to get myself to go out and do stuff. I'm still going to the gym. I'm still living. And you know, if a new soulmate comes in and sweeps me off my feet, I'm going to be open to that. You know, I'm open to my twin flame coming back, but I'm also open to someone new coming in. I am just open to love all around. You know, I'm open to love, to romantic, lasting love in whatever forms that comes in, no matter how much I love my twin flame. I am ready for a lasting romantic relationship, whether that's with him or with someone new. That's just where I'm at in my life. So this could be a bit of a warning for someone. It's saying, you know, don't get caught in that stagnant energy with this person. Don't get stuck in this repetitive cycle where you're waiting years for this person, you know? Be there for them, but live your life in the meantime. It's time to live. It's time to go out and meet new people. So I feel like there are two different groups that have chosen these cards. I think for one group, this is saying that it is time to allow space for someone else in your life and maybe allow space for a new soulmate to come in. I do see a new soulmate on the horizon for a lot of you. But you know, if you're staying at home a lot or you're just working and you're numb and you just come home and you don't have the energy to go out or do anything, it's saying, you know, you got to take your life off hold now. You have to start living for you. It's time to live. It's time to go out with your friends. It's time to pursue your hobbies. It's time to meet new people. It's time to allow that old stagnant energy to go. And it's time to make room for someone new to come in your life. And it's interesting actually now that I'm channeling this because that's what I got for your twin flame as well. So it applies to both of you. Actually, you know, they're holding on tightly to stagnant old energy and you are also holding on tightly to old stagnant energy. So remember, as you shift, as that energy shifts, as you start going out and living your life, you also have that effect on them because you guys mirror each other. So as you start living and you start, you know, being social, being open, being vulnerable again, having fun again, letting yourself live again, that affects them too. They're going to telepathically feel that. And you know, I've noticed a lot of people too, like if you start, like men can telepathically tell when you're moving on from them. I've noticed I've tried so hard with so many guys that just, were just hurting me and it was just pointless. And then when I started moving on and I started meeting new people and I started going out and doing things, um, it's like they noticed, they felt that energy difference. They felt that I wasn't putting up with their shit anymore. And they text me, out of nowhere. But it's like that's usually how it happens. They feel that energy shift. They feel that your energy is moving away from them. So they try to pull you back in. And I feel like that will happen with a lot of you if you guys do this, but I feel like it's going to be a mix. Some your twin flame might not text you, but it's still positive because you're going to be meeting new people. You're going to be developing that passion all over again. You're going to be getting back in touch with your free spirited side, with your hobbies that you've put on the side, things that you've been wanting to do that you've put on hold because of this pain, because of any negative energy that you've been holding on to. Like you're going to start going out and living again. You're going to start going out and meeting new people, and either your twin is going to come back, after he feels that energy shift and he goes through his own tower moment, or you're going to have a new soulmate come in, and this person is going to be, you never thought you could love again. You never thought you would love anybody the way you loved your twin, but then this soulmate comes in and it's just everything you ever wanted. You don't know where they've been all your life. So I am picking up that for some of you, where it's going to be positive either way, whether your twin flame texts you or whether you just end up meeting a soulmate. It's going to be good. You're going to be happy in the long run, either way. And honestly, the energy that I feel from this, I don't know if it's one individual twin or if it's a group of twins that I'm picking up on, but the energy I feel from this man who's just very stubborn, very masculine, very does not want to be in touch with his feminine side, does not know how to be in touch with his feminine side. I'm feeling that he's really honestly not good enough for you, is what I feel. Is he's not on your level. Hopefully someday he gets there, but at least at this point in time, I do not feel like he's your match. I do not feel like he's good enough for you at this moment. But again, he is going through his tower moment. Like he's not going through it as quickly as the other twins did. He is being more stubborn about it. He is trying his hardest to avoid the healing process. He is trying his hardest to he's fighting himself. Like I said, he's going against his emotions. But yeah, I do feel like he does want to try though. I feel like he doesn't know how, but he is trying. And so it looks like this is someone who's messed up a little bit. He says, "Will you give me one more chance? Will you forgive me if you guys got in a fight?" He does want your forgiveness. Would you still love me if you knew of my dark past? Do my scars bother you? So, would you still love me if you knew of my dark past? Do my scars bother you? This could point to some secrets. My twin flame has secrets too, but I'm a psychic and I channel most of them, so I already know. I don't even intentionally do it. As I don't mean to be nosy like that, but I pick up on it. My guides let me know what's going on. So, and I feel like a lot of us are a lot of people watching this are psychic too. Like you might already know what that secret is. There's a good chance that you know about their past, even if they haven't told you about it. But apparently they think that you don't know. There might have been some stuff that they've done in the past that they think that you don't know about. And again, about scars. They do have a lot of scars. They have been in a lot of bad relationships. They have been in some abusive relationships. And they're not sure if you can deal with that. They're not sure. They have so much insecurity that they don't know how to deal with, and they're just kind of stuck in that energy. And I do feel like I feel like there are a few different groups of people that are watching this. Like I said, for some of you, you're going to be meeting a new soulmate. And for others, your twin flame is going to come back and text you. But again, that energy is just, they're very stubborn right now. And that energy has been really stagnant on both ends. And you both need to get out of that stagnant energy. You both need to start going out and living your lives. You both need to move things to the next level. I see you guys have just been repeating the same patterns. You've been doing the same things over and over again. And it is time to go out and live. It's time to have fun. And that's going to affect your twin flame. They're going to feel that energy too. It's going to inspire them to do the same thing. But right now, again, they're still struggling with vulnerability. They do have a dark past. They have been through a lot of trauma. They've been through a lot of issues. Some might even have some criminal past that you don't know about. I feel a couple people that have broken some laws, and I don't know if you know about it or not. And they still have the scars from their exes, from their abusive childhood that they might have gone through, or just issues with family members that they've gone through. Those scars are still there. They're still struggling to deal with them. They're still struggling with this idea of, having this intense bond with you. They're still struggling with vulnerability. And so, whoever these twins are, this person really needs to find a balance. Their masculine side and their feminine side is just so out of balance. Like their masculine side it's like 95% masculine side, 5% feminine side. But when they're at home alone, they think about you. They miss you. They want to talk to you. They feel those vulnerable feelings. They're not expressing them. And so I feel like this is a warning that, if you decide to go with this person, it could be a wait because they're so stubborn. But again, like I said, it's positive either way. Like this card is what just really makes it so positive to me. It's time to live. It's time to go out and meet new people. So, your guides are telling you you are not stuck in this pattern. It might feel hopeless and depressing and sad right now. It might feel like you've been in this situation for years. Maybe you have actually been in this situation for years. But it's letting you know, you're not trapped in that energy, and neither is your twin. You can go out. You can find the love that you deserve, whether it's with a soulmate or with this person eventually getting it together and coming back. You do have a life that's waiting for you. You do have abundance, financial abundance, success, a new relationship, just abundance all over that's waiting for you. You just have to let go of this stagnant old energy. You have to release the past, and you have to get yourself out of the house. You got to go out and start doing stuff. You got to start going and meeting new people. You have to push past your fears, and your insecurities. You have to do those things that you were afraid to do. I feel like this is a specific message for someone too. If there's something that you've been wanting to try that you're afraid to do it, it might be like a hobby. It might be like, I don't know what it would be, bungee jumping or or some new sport, and you might feel like you're not good enough for it, or you're too old for it, or you're not sure if you're up for it. Just it's letting you know, you are up for it. You can do this. You can you can step out of your comfort zone. You can get out of this toxic pattern. You can stop repeating these cycles, and you can find someone who really genuinely loves you for you, whether it's this person coming back or somebody new. There are good things ahead for you. But your twin flame does want you to know, or your soulmate, whoever this applies to, I want to be vulnerable with you. I want to let you in. I'm trying, even if it doesn't seem like I am. So he does want to be vulnerable. He is trying to be, but I feel like there was just so much. I do sense for some of you, maybe not all of you, but for some of you, there are issues with a mother figure. And so, he doesn't know how to, he's not even sure where to start. He's just not even sure where to start. Like he thinks about you when he's alone, and he might talk about you to a specific, like a couple people that he's really close to. But other than that, he does not know how to let himself be vulnerable, but he's letting you know he does want to be. And I'm afraid of reaching out to you and being rejected. So, I'm afraid that you wouldn't accept me as I am. I'm afraid that you wouldn't understand my dark past. I'm afraid that you wouldn't, understand these secrets that I either have or am trying to hide from you. You might have figured it out already, so we're a lot smarter than they think we are. But, he's afraid of reaching out. He's afraid of rejection. He's afraid of going through the things that he's been through in the past with other women. He's afraid of being alone again. He's afraid of being abandoned again. He's got some abandonment issues. He's got some traumas that he just hasn't dealt with. And, the key for this person, if you do decide that this is worth it to you, is, they need to balance. They really need to let that feminine side in. They need to balance the masculine and feminine. They need to allow themselves to be vulnerable finally, or their life is just going to pass them by. They're going to end up alone if they don't allow themselves to be vulnerable, allow themselves to be human, allow themselves to feel, to love, to express love. It's time for them to come out of their shell, and it is time for you to come out of your shell as well, definitely. All right, let's get some more messages here. With that reading, there was mixed energy in that reading. Because there is a soulmate that's coming in for many of us, and especially if you chose that card, that is indication that there is someone new on the horizon, and you can decide if you want to keep writing it out and keep waiting, and supporting your twin flame and hope that they come around and hope that you guys get past this, or you can go on to something new. But you do have new fresh energy coming in finally. I feel like you've been in a stagnant period. I feel like you've been numb and you've been going through a lot, and things just feel like they haven't been moving, and you feel trapped. And this is just letting you know that things are moving, things are changing for you. It might be a new job, it might be a new house, it might be a new relationship, but just get out there, get things flowing, get moving again. Start talking to people, start doing the things that you're afraid of doing, and get out of procrastination. Like, stop procrastinating, start living your life. Start living your life. That is so important for you guys. Start living your life. Okay, so with these cards, I think I'm going to, again, because there's mixed energy, there's the twin flame, but there's also a soulmate that I was picking up on in that deck. So let's see what I should ask here. What should the divine feminine know about her love life? What should the divine feminine know about her love life? What do the masculines, be it a soulmate or a twin, what do you guys want to say? What wants to come out right now? Soulmates and twin flames in this, just communicate. Let me know, what do you want to say to this woman that's watching this video right now? This card popped out, so I'm going to choose this card too. 9 of Cups. Then, let me see, bottom 3. Okay, bottom 3. So, here you've got the 9 of Cups. The Fool. 7 of Cups. And the Empress. Let me get this up here. Sorry about the glare on that. Okay, there we go. This card just wanted to come out, so I'm going to just put this right down here, and I'm going to also read that card. So this card right here, the 9 of Cups, this is about luck, this is about success, fulfillment. This is just a reminder that, you have been through a lot with this, probably with this person, I'm guessing. It could be with someone else, like a recent ex, but I'm guessing it's this twin or this soulmate that I channeled. You've been through a lot with them, and it's just a reminder that, you're coming out of this now. You're coming out of this stale, stagnant energy now. Luck will be yours, success, fulfillment, happiness, in all levels, career, love, You know, your life is about to improve. It really is. And this is, you know, this is the Nine of Cups. So it's right before the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is like a completion. It's like something has manifested. So this is like, you know, those seeds that you've been planting, they are manifesting. This is, you're just one step before it. Like it is coming. So it's just letting you know, be happy in the present moment until this fully manifests for you. You know, your worries are in your past. If you've been stressing out about something, it's in the past. It's not something that you have to hold on to. This card is just, it's about satisfaction, happiness, wealth, counting your blessings, just abundance all around. And intuitively reading this card as well, the Nine of Cups. So there's four-leaf clovers, which might have some meaning to people, especially if you are Irish or Scottish, or you've had, you know, past lives, like Celtic past lives. I have, so it means something to me, for sure. There are also some religious figurines in the back, which might mean something to some of you. Maybe possibly doing rituals to move on from this energy. But the main thing I get when I look at this card is that frog that's right there. It's like, you know, I see this as like a princess who has had to kiss a lot of frogs to finally find her Prince Charming. And she's turning away from the frog, though. So she's saying, you know, like, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of these frogs. I'm ready for a real man. I'm ready for my equal. I'm ready for someone who's going to match me. So this is a really, really positive card. This is a card of just, you know, you're turning away from your past. You've had a really hard past with people. You've had some bad relationships, as, you know, same with your twin, same energy. But you're leaving that behind finally. You're looking forward. You're looking, you know, to the horizons. You're looking to something new. You want new energy in your life, and this is a confirmation that you are moving past that old energy, that you're not going to be, if you have a pattern with like abusive men or just emotionally unavailable men, that card is letting you know that you're not stuck in that pattern, that it feels like you're going to be there forever, but you really aren't. You are moving on to new and better things now. Then we have the Fool, which is, you know, the start of the major arcana. This card is all about, see her painting. She's, you know, she's creating something new. She's pursuing her hobbies. There might be artwork and creativity involved. That might be a message for some of you. This is youth. This is birth, rebirth, purity, connection to nature. This is a new beginning. This is about springtime. This is about things manifesting for you finally. This is all about creation. It's a new journey. So, you know, with the Nine of Cups right there, you're leaving the frogs behind. You're leaving toxic people behind. You're finally stepping up and you're breaking those negative patterns with people. You're standing up for yourself. You're standing up for your beliefs. You're developing new patterns. Your conscious intentions, your affirmations are overriding your subconscious negative patterns that you have. Meaning if you say we're attracted to a certain type of guy based on body language, this is confirmation that you're coming out of that finally, that your affirmations are starting to imprint on your subconscious. They're starting to sink deep down in there. And so you're starting a new pattern now. You're going to start attracting men that you just weren't attracted to before. You're going to start noticing people that you didn't notice before. If there's someone that you've been friends with maybe that you just haven't really considered, I feel like in the near future you're going to actually look at them differently. You're going to start thinking, you know, like, this is what I want. Like, I don't want this. I don't want to keep doing this with people. I don't want to keep kissing frogs. I don't want to keep giving my all to people who aren't doing the same for me. And you're moving past this, and you're starting over with the Fool. You know, it's a whole new adventure. Whether it's work, love, I feel like it's multiple things for you. Actually, it's you're starting over. You're starting something new. So congratulations for that. That's a really positive reading. Sorry about that. Nine of Cups and the Fool. Then we have the Seven of Cups. So this card right here, let's see what's in the background. Let me look at the background of this card. I noticed she's on a hilltop, which might also be relevant for some of you, people who have gone into meditation, people who are deeply introspective. This is for you. Also for people connected to the moon. I feel like that the moon coming out is significant here. And we've got fire in the background, so it's like your spark here is just being relit. It's being rekindled. You know, your passion for life. It's coming back to you finally. So this card is about dreaming. It's about your fantasies. It's about your imagination. It's about what you're bringing into the world, what you want. And this is a choice to be made. So this is what I'm feeling too with this you know, breaking this pattern and meeting new people is you're going to have a choice to be made. Do you want to stay in the same energy? Do you want to keep dating the same type of people, or do you want to step out of your comfort zone and start dating people that are just different and people that can actually truly match you and make you happy and be on your level? So this is you just being introspective. This is you deciding how you want your life to be, deciding how you want your relationships to be, and setting boundaries for people in your life and sticking to those boundaries, being firm with those boundaries, and just making a choice. You know, you have options. It's letting you know that you do have options. You do have choices to be made. Whether you go with this new person or you go back to the old energy, it's ultimately up to you. But you do have the, you know, you are in that energy. You do have that choice to have a completely different life than what you've known. You have the choice to have relationships that are just so drastically different and just deeper and emotionally available and just new. You know, you do have that option here if you decide to take it. And then we have the Empress, which I feel like this woman is very, very confident. She's, you know, this is all about abundance. This is a powerful mother figure. There's, you know, rebirth, protection. This could even be pregnancy coming in the future too for some of you. But the Empress is just, I like, you know, her position in this picture. She's very relaxed. She's very confident. She's very sure of herself. So it's like you've done the healing work. You've gone through all this. You've kissed all the frogs. Um you've stepped out of your comfort zone. You've been a very brave, confident woman, and all that's manifesting for you now. And you know, doing this, you're becoming the Empress. You're becoming a very powerful person who can decide how they want their life to be. And this is about also just projects that you've been working on. Those are finally going to come to fruition. You know, things are starting to manifest for you now. I also get a message about just connecting to nature, connecting to that, you know, that caring, loving role that you present to the world, but you're balancing here. You know what I mean? You have a very strong feminine and a very strong masculine side that's coming into balance with the Empress here. You're relaxed, you're confident. When you started out, you weren't very confident, you were very insecure, and now you're developing that confidence. You're realizing that life can be what you want it to be. Then we have the Knight of Swords. This card was on the top of the deck, and I felt drawn to pull it out. I feel like this is a new person coming in who's going to offer you. They might have a dog. They could possibly have a dog, or, you know, wolves could be your spirit animal or their spirit animal. This could apply to some of you. But this Knight of Swords is ambitious. He's fearless. He's self-driven. He's self-disciplined. He's able to give you what you want more than this other person is. And he just, when I picked up this card, I also got the visual of him making a vow, like him making a promise to you, him making a promise to be good for you, him making a promise to be your equal, to be the kind of man that you need, to show up for you, to be emotionally available, and to support you in the way that you need. So this could be your twin flame for some of you, actually like finally stepping into this energy, or it could also be, I feel like for a lot of you, this is this new soulmate coming in, or even a new twin flame coming in. And if the other person was a soulmate and this is a new twin flame, that would make sense. But whoever this person is, I feel like they're making vows to you, where this person, these people in the past, these frogs, might have made promises that they broke. They might have ghosted you. They might have just left you in the dark. They might have just not been able to deliver. And this is letting you know this person can deliver. This person is an honorable man. This person is someone who has integrity. This person is someone who stays true to their word. This person is honest. And this is the energy that's coming into your life. This is the kind of man that's coming into your life that you can have. If you just let go of these patterns, if you just let go of the past, you let go of that stagnant energy and you get out there and you start living your life and you start meeting new people. So yeah, that's a positive reading overall. I'd say that's pretty good. Now let's move on to deck number 3. So for those that chose deck number 3, starting card is be clear about what you want. So do not send the universe mixed messages. Also, if you are doing rituals or spells or anything of that sort, be very clear when you do your spell work. Be very direct. If you're writing a petition paper out, don't word it as if it's something that's coming to you or something that's far away. Word it as if you already have manifested it in the present moment. Word it like, thank you for this love manifesting for me in the physical realm. Thank you for that. I'm glad it's here now. Feel all the feelings of having it in the present moment. I feel like that applies to quite a few of you. Is just, don't put it in the past or the future. When writing petition papers or just when doing rituals or meditations or, whatever it is that you do to manifest the kind of life that you want, be really clear with the universe about what you want. Make it simple. Make it direct. Don't confuse your guides by going back and forth. And, if you love someone, don't one day say you want them and you love them, and then the next day, turn around and say you're done, you hate them. Whether you're saying that to them or whether you're just energetically, telepathically saying that to them and to your guides, it's saying, be more clear about what you want. Like, choose your path. Like, figure out what you want, who you are, and where you're going, and stay true to that. Stick to that. And again, with petition papers too, if you're doing spells or rituals or affirmations or anything of that sort, any kind of meditations or binaural beats, whatever, be clear about what you want, and manifest it in the current moment. Don't stay stuck in the past or the future. You really want to word it as if you have it now. Don't say this is coming in. I'm going to have this someday. Eventually I'll have this. No, word it as if you have it right now in the present moment. And that is what's going to make it manifest in the present moment. If you word it as if it's something that you have to strive for and run after and, eventually achieve, you're going to keep manifesting that energy of constantly having to chase it and having to wait for it. So you want to start being more clear with the universe and also with this person, whether it's, actually physically talking to them or energetically, telepathically talking. Just be more clear. Be more clear about what you want and word it as if you have it in the present moment. Stay true to yourself to attract your other half. The right person will love you for who you really are. The message I'm getting from that is, if you have been going back and forth with someone, if you have been going back and forth between, being angry or hurt and then sending them love, and you're going back and forth with that energy, it's saying, stay true to yourself. If you're a vulnerable person, like, allow yourself to be vulnerable. If you're don't fight yourself. Don't fight and don't confuse yourself. Don't confuse your guides. If you're a vulnerable, loving person, be that way. Someone is going to see that. Someone is going to see how silly and weird and creative and loving you are, and they're going to love that about you. If there's someone who currently if there's someone currently in your life who's taking you for granted and not loving all the things about you that you love about yourself, that's a good sign it's time to cut them out. Or this could be people from the past too. This could be ex-partners that just, didn't really accept you for who you were. And you had to dim your light. You had to tone it down for them. You had to be less of who you are for them. And this is just saying, your true twin flame or your true soulmate life partner is going to love you for who you are. They're going to love the romantic side of you. They're going to love the vulnerable, emotional side of you. They're going to love all the things about you that other men took for granted. So keep staying true to yourself. If you've had the need to be self-destructive lately, or you feel like you need to be someone else, or you feel like you need to put your guard up against people because you're tired of being hurt, or you're just not being genuine in any way, it's saying, stay true to yourself. Keep being vulnerable. Keep being the person that you really want to be. Meditate and connect with your soul and just figure it out. Figure out who you want to be, and stay true to that. Don't worry about it if it doesn't fit in with the rest of the world or not. Don't worry about if people think it's silly or weird or confusing, or if people, can't handle your honesty, or they're not, maybe you've dated men in the past that who just like to play games, and they don't like women that are, romantic and vulnerable and open like that. They like women that are more submissive. It's saying, don't change that for anybody. Stay true to who you are, and, your soul family, the right people, and the right person, whether it's a soulmate or twin flame, it's going to love you for who you are. So don't hide that about yourself. Don't hide your emotions. Don't hide your honesty. Don't hide all the things that you love about yourself deep down that make you who you are. Stay true to those things if you really want genuine people in your life. It's about quantity over quality, it's about quality over quantity. You want a few really good close friends as opposed to just being popular with people who only love you because you're presenting the image that they want to see, So again, quality over quantity. You might be more popular the other way, but with this, you're going to have more genuine friends. You're going to have people who just really genuinely know you and admire you for you. So stay true to yourself. I've noticed the life changes that you've been making, and I'm proud of you. So this person, whether it's a soulmate or a twin flame, they notice the life changes that you're making. They might be watching you on social media. They could be stalking you on Facebook or Instagram. If you're going out, you're doing stuff with your friends, they're noticing it. They're noticing you. There could be people talking behind the scenes about you too, but in a positive way. For most of you, I'd say it's pretty positive. But they notice that you're making an effort. Like if this is someone you're in a relationship with, or if it's just someone who's watching you, they notice that you're making an effort to be yourself. They know that it's hard for you to be in a vulnerable space. They know that it's hard for you to always, to be who you want to be. And they recognize that you've done a lot of inner work. They recognize that you're really making an effort. Like they know that you're making an effort. They know that you are learning who you are. They know that you're staying true to yourself, and they really admire that about you. They admire that you're unapologetically, some of you are unapologetically yourself already, and some of you are stepping into this energy now. But they recognize that, and that turns them on. The right person is going to be turned on by all the things that weak men are intimidated by, Like the right person is going to love that honesty. The right person is going to love your confidence, your bravery, your silliness, your weirdness, whatever qualities you have that other people just didn't get. This person is going to get them. This person has or is going to get them. So again, stay true to yourself. This person notices that you're that you are in this energy, that you're stepping into this energy of just being unapologetically yourself. You're being confident in who you are. You're figuring it all out, and they notice it, and they're really proud of you. They're proud of you for standing up for yourself. They're proud of you for bringing your healing gifts to the world. They're proud of you for for bringing your energy and your light into the world. They're proud of you for being willing to be all vulnerable and wear your heart on your sleeve no matter what you've been through. They're proud of you for just for showing up. They're proud of you for that healing, loving energy that you put out there. You know, and if you've been making life changes lately as well, which it seems like you have been. So whatever life changes you've been making, whether it's you might have left you might be in like a new situation that's just more beneficial, that just resonates with your soul now. You might be pursuing a career that just resonates with you more than the last one did. And they notice it. They notice how genuine and real you're becoming. I can feel your love from far away. Thank you for sending me love. Thank you for sending me loving, pure, healing energy. It's helping me. So this feminine energy that I'm channeling here is she's very vulnerable. She's very loving. She's very empathetic. She's a healer. She's probably a psychic as well. She's a really good person, and that's gotten her taken advantage of a lot in the past. A lot of people have taken her for granted. But you're learning how to stay true to yourself and at the same time have that balance of having boundaries. And you're stepping into your power right now, and your divine masculine notices it and it turns them on. So whatever you're doing, if you're in a relationship and you're switching things up and trying new things, they notice it. If you're not in contact right now and they're just stalking you on Facebook, they notice it. They notice the difference. They notice that your energy has shifted. And they can feel your love. They can feel if you're sending them, whether it's actually rituals or spell work or whether it's just your intentions, they feel that love. They feel that pure healing energy. If you're praying for them, if they're going through a lot and you're just trying to get them past what they're going through, you're trying to help them. You might be doing like I do healing rituals for my twin flame sometimes, and I've pulled this card after doing healing rituals. So that's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you're doing rituals to help them, doing spell work to help them, doing telepathic manifestation, if you're meditating and trying to send them this healing energy and trying to communicate your love to them, they feel it. They're picking up on your telepathic thoughts. They're picking up on this love, this healing energy that you're sending them. They're picking up on your pure heart, on your good intentions for them, and it is helping them. It is helping them step up and be the person that they want to be. It is helping them grow. It is giving them support in the background. It is giving them the emotional support that they might be lacking in other areas of their life. The time is now. So this love is manifesting for you now. It is your turn for this. I'm ready to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. I am returning. This is a message from either your twin flame or from a life partner, probably. Could be a soulmate, but most likely I feel like this is probably a life partner, or a twin. It's someone that you're gonna have a long relationship with this person, I feel. And they're ready to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. They've done the inner work too. As you're doing this inner work, to be genuine, to stay true to yourself, to be vulnerable, to be open, to step past your fears and shine your light onto the world. They're doing the same thing. They've been doing the same thing behind the scenes as well. They've been doing the healing work as well. And they're at that point where they're ready. The time is now. They're ready to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. They're I am returning. As you've been doing the healing work, as you've been working on allowing yourself to be vulnerable and be honest and be real and be true to yourself, they've been doing the same exact thing. You guys have been mirroring each other. You guys have been picking up on that energy and sending it back and forth and supporting each other through this. And as you send them healing, loving energy, they're probably doing the same thing. They're sending you healing, loving energy as well. Whether it's conscious or it's unconscious, they're sending you that energy too. So you guys have been helping each other. You guys have been supporting each other and growing together. I feel like for those of you that are in those of you that are in relationships, I do feel the energy of a couple people that are in relationships. And you guys might have had some issues where you're just where you might have snapped, you might have said some stuff that you didn't mean, and your partner is letting you know. I sense a very like loving, supportive partner here who's doing their best to be patient, and they're just letting you know that they know that you're doing better. They know that you're being. They know that you're finding that balance. They know that you're being genuine to who you are. They know that things are changing. They know that they have empathy for you, and they understand, and they have more empathy for you than you realize. For those of you that are in partnerships, this is what I'm picking up, is that they have more empathy for you than you realize. They do know that it's hard for you to be vulnerable with some of the stuff that you've been through. They do know that you're like a very empathetic, very loving, very open person. That empathy has gotten you hurt in the past. That vulnerability has gotten you hurt in the past, and this person, if you guys are living together and you've had these issues, they want you to know that they do understand. Like they do understand that it's been hard for you to remain in that vulnerable energy when you've been hurt so much. It's hard for you to not be overly sensitive because you feel things so deeply. You're so connected to you're so psychic. You're so connected to this person and to your guides, to I'm getting the angels for someone. I don't know if you're from the angelic realm or you have angel guides, but I'm getting that for someone specifically. Um, and it makes sense with this energy I'm picking up that you could very well be from the angelic realm, because angel spirits are very loving, very giving, and you have that energy. So this person is just saying, like they understand. Like they understand that you're such a good person and that you're so open and vulnerable and loving, and they understand that in a world like this it can be hard for you sometimes to be that way. It can be hard for you sometimes to not overreact, or to not break down crying when you see a sad movie, or to not and it's fine to cry when you see sad movies. There's nothing wrong with that. Like they love that about you. They admire that, but they're just saying, like they get it. They And I feel like this could actually also be hormonal issues, just from the energy that I feel from this reading. I feel like this could be because I feel like someone who kind of snaps sometimes, someone who just, they're very sensitive and they don't always know how to control that. So this person is saying, stay true to yourself to attract your other half. The right person will love you for who you are. And they're saying, they love you for that vulnerability. They love you for sensitivity, and if this is someone that I feel like for some people you're in a relationship, and your other partner might not be communicating this to you verbally, but telepathically they're saying, they want you to know that they really do love that vulnerability. They do love your sensitivity. They do love how you wear your heart in your sleeve. They do love your psychic abilities, your healing abilities, the light that you bring into the world. I feel like someone's just kind of stressed, like a few men are kind of just stressed out a little bit because of the conflicting energy, where it's like sometimes you might like overreact to certain things, or sometimes you get triggered, which it happens, but they're saying that they get it. They have more empathy for you than you realize. They want more of um a balance. They don't want you to stop being yourself. They don't, if they said something that made you feel like they wanted you to stop being yourself or wanted you to change who you are, that is not what they were trying to say. I feel like that might have happened to a couple of you, where they said something that was like, they just got frustrated. You might have been like a little bit overly sensitive about something, and you kind of snapped, and then that triggered them to snap as well, and you guys just had some problems. But they're saying they just might not know how to communicate this to you verbally, but what I'm getting is that they're basically saying, like, stay true to yourself. Keep being like they're saying that they don't want you to stop being vulnerable. They don't want you to stop being you, and that they didn't mean to say it like that. They didn't mean to it came off wrong is basically, I'm sensing some miscommunication recently, which makes sense with Mercury retrograde. That could have happened a while ago, or it could have happened during this recent Mercury retrograde, but they're just saying like they want you to keep being vulnerable. They want you to keep being this empathetic, angelic being that you are. They just want a balance. They want, especially if hormonal issues are coming into play here too, they want some logic, emotion balance. You know what I mean? They want better communication and clearer communication. They want you to work on maybe being more aware of your triggers and not letting them get the best of you. But this person is supporting you. They do really love you. They love you for who you are. They genuinely do. They're just a little stressed out, but they want you to know that they do have your back. They are here for you. You guys will get through this together, I feel. Even if it's been rough, just work on that. Just work on, be honest with them, because I do feel like this person wants to talk to you about it. So I feel like they just don't know how to bring it up. And if you are sensitive, a really sensitive person, that would make sense that they would say this through me, because they probably don't feel like they can just say it to you directly. So talk to them in a very, very calm, very open, very loving way, very vulnerable way. And I feel like you will get the truth from them if you just word it the right way. Just say like, what can I do to make you happier? What can I do to show up for you more? How do you think we can get through this? How do we work on this? How do we grow together? How do we get through all this together? You know, like what do we do to shift that energy? What do we do to communicate better? Just to stay on track, because there's a lot of love here. There's a very patient man here who loves you very deeply. So keep that in mind. Be patient with each other and talk to each other openly. Again, they might be scared of setting you off, so that might be why they're not coming forward. So you should, if you can, if you have time, you should sit this person down and just talk to them directly. Just you know, talk to them very openly and let them know that you're not going to get triggered. You're not going to freak out. You're not going to get upset. You're not going to cry if they say the wrong thing. Let them know that you want them to be honest with you. Let them know that you can handle the honesty. And I feel like that conversation, if you guys have that conversation, this could be a married couple, or it's someone they've been together a while, I feel. And if you guys have this conversation, I feel like it's really going to open things up for you, because you're going to reach, like, you guys haven't been communicating well enough, because it's like this person is scared of, they don't want to set you off, but they have a lot that they're suppressing, that they're not saying that they want to say. So again, talk to this person, and I feel like that honesty, that vulnerability, like just being willing to be vulnerable and honest with each other, and just completely honest, just like pure love, you know? I feel like that's going to open up things for you guys. And I feel like just being that honest state, it's going to get things moving, and you guys are going to start learning to communicate better. And he's going to start feeling like he can talk to you about things, because you can handle honesty. You can handle these deep conversations without getting triggered. So for some of you, it's time to have that deep conversation with this person. Please let me know if this resonates too, because I'm curious about that. So if that's for you, please let me know. And then for others of you, for those that are single or those that are in separation, it's saying, you know, your twin or your soulmate or your life partner, whoever it may be, they're saying like they notice the life changes you're making. They notice that you're being unapologetically yourself, or that you're stepping into that energy of being unapologetically yourself. And you're staying true to yourself, and you're being genuine, and that's attracting the right person. That's going to attract your soul family. That is going to attract genuine, real people. So again, quality over quantity, quality over quantity. You might have fewer friends, but the friends that you do have in your life are going to be so much more real, so much more authentic, and they're going to have your back. So stay true to yourself. Just keep being you. I feel like, you know, when you're vulnerable and when you're sensitive, I feel like you kind of just shut down and you go back and forth, where you have all this conflicting energy inside of you, where you might be self-destructive, or you might be, I feel like you go back and forth between, completely opening up your heart and wearing it on your sleeve, and just shutting down. And that chaotic energy affects the people around you in a negative way. So it's saying stay true to yourself, be that vulnerable, angelic, empathetic person that you are. Keep being that, because that self-destruction and trying to pretend like you're not this person, trying to pretend like you're not vulnerable, trying to pretend like you don't have a huge heart, it's not going to get you anywhere. You're just going to go in circles fighting yourself. If you're drinking or if you're doing anything like that, anything self-destructive, anything to try to like kill off your heart, your soul, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? And you're going to go in circles. So it's so much better for you and for your relationships if you stay true to yourself, if you keep being that vulnerable, authentic, honest, raw, just beautiful person that you are, and let your heart show, but just find that balance. Find that balance of be open, like try to, I feel like sometimes you just can't turn it off, it's like on off on off. You gotta learn to find the balance of having being this vulnerable person but having boundaries, you know like I am this person in a lot of ways too. I'm not completely. I have. I mean, I didn't relate to all of this, but I am a vulnerable person. I am an honest person, and I can be like this sweet girl next door type and cuddly and romantic and vulnerable, and I'm all those things. But I also have a very strong masculine side. And I'll tell people to go fuck themselves when I need to. Like I don't mind saying it. I'll straight up say like fuck off, get away from me. Like if I need to. So it's just saying like don't be self-destructive. Find that balance. Don't go back and forth between I have a big heart, I love everybody, to I hate everybody, I'm sick of the world, I'm closing myself off, I'm tired of it, I can't do it anymore. Because you're just going back and forth, and you cannot destroy your heart, you cannot destroy your soul. You have a very, very big heart, and you can't destroy that, and you shouldn't want to destroy that. So it's basically just saying like keep having a big heart, but work on your triggers. Work on not lashing out at people. Work on if you are one of the people that I'm channeling that's lashing out, work on those triggers, and just work on just having a balance of your masculine and your feminine side, having that balance of being able to be vulnerable with the people you love, but also being able to step out of that energy when you need to, and be assertive and tell people to fuck off and set boundaries with people, and not let people use you, not let people take advantage of you, because that's happened to you a lot in the past. So it's just saying like stay true to yourself, don't destroy your heart. Don't be self-destructive. Don't think that you can destroy who you are. Like you need to be who you are. You need to be that vulnerable person. You just have to find a balance finally. You have to finally like find that balance. You have to find what balances out that energy, And it seems like you have a very strong feminine side, but your masculine side might be lacking a bit. So you might want to start working on developing your masculine side. And as far as love messages, this is this person, if this is someone who's supporting you, they do get you. They understand you a lot more than you think they do. And we also have this person is proud of you as well. And the time is now. And it says, I'm ready to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. I'm returning. So for those in separation, for those that are single, as a result of your authenticity, as a result of your vulnerability, your honesty, your willingness to just be yourself, this person is finally coming back. This person, or someone new is coming in, but your true light is showing. Your true self is showing, and that's drawing in the right person. So that's your message right there. Let's get some guidance cards as well. Okay, what do I want to ask here? What do I want to ask? What's going on with this person's love life? Like, what is whether this is a soulmate or a twin flame, what is this person, what's going on with their love life? What is going on with this feminine's love life? What is What does their twin have to say? Or their... Whoop, okay, I guess this is what their twin has to say. Cards just flew out. That's a lot of cards, okay. One second. Okay, so I got a bunch of cards for you that I guess I'm gonna be reading. Let's see, are these meant to be? Okay. Trying to figure out how they should be ordered. Let me put all these down. Hold on. Have the angel minute here. Five. Oops, sorry. Let me pause this while I work on putting these up. So here is the Angel de la Nute, which is a bonus card in this deck that I have. This is the Tarot de la Nute. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's D-E-L-A and then N-U-I-T. And this is the Dark Angel card. And what this card is saying is, I'm gonna have to read this since it's a bonus card. It's not in most tarot decks. It says, "Have no fear. Everything is going to be fine. The night is nothing to be afraid of anymore. And the warm sun that you hold within is ready to shine again." So again, this is embracing that vulnerable side. This is embracing the darkness and the light, logic and emotion, vulnerability and boundaries. It's embracing both sides. It's finding that balance. I feel like with this, there's also a sense of pain too, that your past has been very painful. There's a lot of darkness in your past that you've healed from, that you're healing from now. You're moving on from it. But it's saying balance. It's saying stay true to yourself and find that balance. Butterflies are also in this card, if that means anything to you. It might. Then we have the Five of Cups. Here we have a mermaid. Cups are about emotions too, remember that. And this mermaid is watching this ship sail away. I feel like this card right here is about, and it is someone who's feeling a bit sorry for themselves, but it's also mostly, it's just someone who's, they're watching the ship sail away, but it's like she could get off this rock any moment and go swim towards it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to sail away. Whatever this is, it doesn't have to be leaving you. But alternatively, it also there's also this energy of leaving the past behind, learning from your mistakes, and focusing on and being grateful for what you still have around you. Don't get stuck in your past, in your this darkness that you've gone through, this negative past that you've had. Don't get lost there. Don't get stuck there. Don't get stuck in your nostalgia and your pain. Be willing to move past it. Don't grieve for the rest of your life, have some faith in new beginnings, in new things coming in for you. Have some faith if you have a partner that's been supportive and loyal to you, show them some appreciation, show them some love, and communicate open and honestly with them and try to work through things with them. And I know it's not always that easy. I know it's easier said than done, but I feel like for a few of you that do have partners that have been supportive, I feel like just having that honest, open conversation is gonna do wonders for you guys. So this is a lot of sadness. This is pessimism, but it's also learning. It's also, it's also leaving the past behind at the same time. Let me look at this. I feel like this is also someone who's realizing that the past is in the past. They realize that it's time for this change to take place, and they're doing the work to do that. Then we have the Six of Cups here. So we've got a woman who's walking out of a building, and there's this, this street lamp around here. There's some hope, there's some guidance there. And she's walking out of this building and going onto the street. So it's a new adventure. It's something it's the next step from the Five of Cups, She's moving past that. She's She's moving towards her Ten of Cups, her final happiness, her happy ending. And this is about nostalgia as well, which I mentioned. It's, you know, it's healing, it's nostalgia, it's memories of, you know, a past lover or past trauma, past negative experiences, maybe something that you went through that was really tragic and um, just really traumatic that you need to heal from, that you need to, as hard as it is. I know it's so much easier said than done sometimes, but it's something that you haven't forgotten, whether it's an ex person or it's a traumatic event. There's just something from the past that you're still holding on to that, you know, you need to let go for, if you're in a partnership, you need to let go of that for this partnership to for you guys to move past this together, you know, for the supportive person that loves you to move past this. Or if you're manifesting someone new, it's, you know, saying let go of this old energy. um so again, it's nostalgia, it's pain, but it's like you're moving forward. You know, like you've got the Seven of Swords right here, which is interesting. You've got 5, 6, 7. So it's like, even though you're in this pain, I feel like you are, you know, you need to move forward. You know that it's time to move forward in your life, which is really positive. It's great. Let me fix this. But so I do think that the 5, 6, 7 is like it's like an undertone. It's like an underlying message that, you know, you are moving forward, even if it doesn't feel like it. You are doing something, but you're also, there is a lot of heavy dark energy in this reading though too, that you do want to consciously move past. You do want to do the healing work. You do want to become aware of the situation and move past it. Seven of Swords. So this is about escaping. This is about running away, procrastinating, maybe putting off this. Maybe you've been putting off this healing work, but you've come to the realization, you know, to save your relationship or to manifest a new relationship or to manifest just to live your life and not let life pass you by. You've come to that realization that you have to do this work now, that you can't keep avoiding this. It's time. And this might point to the need to have your own tower moment, almost the same with the divine masculine. And you do have a lot of stuff that does need to be healed. Let's see what she's holding. I do see this as a very vulnerable card too, though, because she's holding this rose, and she is opening herself and offering herself. So maybe it's best for me to actually read this more intuitively. And, you know, it's like we've got the 5 and the 6 of Cups, but then we have this vulnerability. We have this person willing to be vulnerable. It could also be escaping. You could be emotionally unavailable yourself, and you might think that it's other people that are emotionally unavailable, but it could really be something going on inside yourself, that you could be subconsciously sabotaging some of your relationships, and you maybe just weren't aware of it. So it's letting you know that, you know, you might be running away from something. There might be something in you that you do need to finally face. You need to be introspective. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to do the healing work. But I do also see this definitely, like, I'm going to also read the picture intuitively. And I see this as a positive sign overall. I mean, I do see someone here who's willing to be vulnerable. They're showing up. You know, she's been running. She's been running from herself. She's been running from her partner. She's been maybe not even realizing that she's been running. Maybe not realizing that she's been sabotaging her relationships, but she's aware of it. She's tired of running. She wants to show up now. She wants to be vulnerable. She wants to do this inner healing work. She wants to be the person that she wants to be. She wants to be herself. You know, so she is coming from a very vulnerable place, which is, it's good. And then we have Justice and the Queen of Cups, and I'm feeling drawn to read both of these together intuitively. Which, you know, the Queen of Cups is about love. It's about, you know, romantic offers, emotions, family. And I feel like you're the Queen of Cups. You know, you're this beautiful princess, this queen. You're this person who's been vulnerable and emotional, and you're going to get justice. Whether it's, you know, saving a current relationship, or manifesting someone in your life that that loves that you're the Queen of Cups, that loves this vulnerability, loves all these things about you. Or it could even be having someone who didn't appreciate you in the past, who didn't recognize that how lucky they were to have someone who's so real and so honest and so vulnerable. Like, they might not have realized it before, but they're realizing it now. They're starting to come through now and realize it. So this is justice for you, Queen of Cups. You're the Queen of Cups here. You're represented by this card, and you're receiving justice finally. Your things are going to work out for you, basically. Whether it's saving this marriage, or it's having someone new come in that just loves all the things about you that someone else took for granted, or whether it's having someone that you've had your eye on for a while that just, you know, played games and maybe didn't understand how lucky they were to have, you know, this energy in their life, how lucky they were to have this emotional support, this love, this empathy. This person is finally waking up and realizing how lucky they are to have you. So you have justice coming. You have, you know, the things that you've been waiting for, the things that you've been trying to manifest. You have that coming into your life now. You just, again, with these other cards too that we've talked about, you do need to do some healing work. You do need to let go of the past and be grateful for what's going on in the present moment. And again, be yourself. There is a very strong message for whoever chose these cards, that just be yourself. Just be this Queen of Cups. You just have to find a balance. That's the only thing. That's the key, is just finding injustice. You know, she's got these scales in her hand too. I don't know if you can see them. Let's see. Right there. She's got these scales right there too. You know, she's holding the scales of justice in her hands, and it's just, that's how you get that justice. Is having that balance, is how you get everything that you deserve. That's how the Queen of Cups gets the life that she deserves, is having that balance of logic and emotion, vulnerability and boundaries, being a strong masculine energy and a strong feminine energy in one body, being able to stand up for yourself, and being able to stand up for others, and not go back and forth between, you know, vulnerability and wearing your heart in your sleeve and self-destructive. Instead, you're coming into a space now where you're going to have that vulnerability be balanced with something that's much more healthy, not alcohol, not drugs, not self-destruction. Instead, that vulnerability is now going to be balanced with logic, with intuition, with soul, with heart, with mind. You know, all these your mind, your body, your heart, your soul, they're all coming into alignment. Everything is just being balanced now, and that's the key to receiving the justice that you deserve in your life. You know, to letting go of the way things used to be, because you have a whole new life ahead of you now. Whether it's with this person that you're with or someone new, you have a whole new life ahead of you now. It's just a matter of opening your eyes, looking up. So you're looking down, look up, and see that you have a whole new life ahead of you now. Okay. Now, to finish this off, I am going to see if I can get some specific messages because I feel like I did channel a few specific people. I don't know who they are, but I've been reading for a little while now, but I'm new on YouTube, so this is my first, aside from my intro video and a couple spells that I've been doing, this is my first reading video. So, let's see. Divine Masculine, Twin Flames, and Life Partners and Soulmates, whoever wants to come through, please give me, let's see, what's the good number? 4. I'm going to take 4 messages for 4 different people that are watching this that are specific. Something that's going to resonate with them specifically. I'm going to shuffle 2 more times. I am jaded and scared. Please be patient with me. So if someone, this should resonate with you, with whoever you are. If someone has told you straight up, you know, they're jaded, they have a rough past, they've they're afraid of getting hurt again. Like, they really are. They do mean it. They're not just blowing you off. They really do have a lot of healing work to do. They really are caught up on something. They do mean it. They're not lying to you. So be patient with them. The next card we have here is, I am unwilling to be vulnerable at this time. So this person just, you know, if this resonates with you, they're not ready. They're not there yet, but they might want to get there, hopefully. Meditate, visualize, and listen to your soul. So if you've been doing visualizations to manifest them, if you've been meditating and trying to telepathically communicate, it's just saying, you know, that's working. Keep doing it. Listen to your soul, listen to your heart, listen to your intuition. Your fear, whatever negativity, that's just in your mind. Your fears are in your mind. Listen to your soul instead. Listen to your intuition instead. And I want you to make the first move. You have the green light to go for it. So if someone's been flirting with you a lot and making their interest really clear, or if you've been, you know, feeling like someone wants you to ask them out, or if someone wants you to message them or call them, this is saying, you know, go ahead and do it. Like, it's time to do it. Go ahead and make that first move. Whether it goes well or not, like, at least you know, at least you're not stuck waiting around anymore. You know, it's time for you to make the first move. It's time for you to push things forward. It's time for things to go ahead and just start moving. So you got the green light to go for it, whatever it is. Especially when I was shuffling, if you have like a question in mind, this is like a yes, this is the green light for that. So there you go. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you want to purchase a reading from me, the information to do that will be in the section right below the video. So go ahead and check out my different packages that I have. Thank you guys. Have a good day.